We're going to start over here with Terry Fry. Terry, go ahead.
If you can step back, if you're capable of stepping back, how impressed by all of this, is the record, the performance, the dominance, how impressed are you?
Yeah, well, no, really happy, pleased, and impressed for sure. Like, I think it's just probably the most important thing for me is like the focus of the team, and like we're on pretty even keel. You know, it's the guys are playing hard, they're playing well. We've been competitive and committed pretty much every time the puck drops. You know, so I would say it's been a long and good run here for us. Hopefully that can continue, but it's not easy to win in this league for sure, and we've had our moments, but I think like you take the season as a whole to get to this point with this record, it's been a really good job.
Bednar.
Things are going Gabe's way, it seems. Comments about him and how he's playing, how it's coming along.
He's really coming along, you know, like he looks like he's starting to get his legs underneath him a little bit more. He's been, because you look at his game early in the year, like he's committed to doing all the right things with and without the puck. Didn't look like he had great legs to start the season, so if the skating kind of drops off just a little bit, everything is just that much more difficult to play and do the, you know, make things happen offensively especially. But his best games, like I said earlier in the year, were after a couple days off, rested. He seemed to have some extra pop. But now we're seeing it like this is the end of a 3 and 4, and he's looked like he had great legs again tonight, and he was awesome last night, especially in the third period against Minnie. So it's starting to come together for him. Looks confident. Looks like he's, you know, finding his game again, you know, and it was always pretty good this year, but now it's like these last couple games and a handful of others have been exceptional.
Eric Corey.
It feels like a lot of times when teams have winning streaks like the one you guys had get snapped, it takes a couple games of losses before you get back on your stride. You guys don't even have 24 hours to bounce back. You put up a performance like that. Like, how is that? What are you guys doing to make that possible?
Well, again, I'll just go back to the sort of focus and determination of the group, and we felt like we played a really good game last night. You know, got away from us a little bit in the second period, and they had a strong push, and we answered back in the third, so we felt good about that. And you know, it's a shootout loss again, so not a regulation loss, and so I think it was a little bit easier to turn the page. Plus, it's not like they're rested waiting on us either. Like, they have a tough schedule, and they played last night or yesterday afternoon, and they had to come in. So both teams kind of in the same boat for today, and our guys were looking forward to kind of grinding their way through another one and then getting the day off. So, but again, it's just, I think it's the leadership focus of our group right now is what's helping us through some of those.
Corey, then Megan.
I think one guy that maybe didn't have his best day yesterday was Marty. He didn't play him at all in overtime.
He was pretty good in the game, though.
Okay. But then just the fact that he bounced back and looked, I mean, he was everywhere tonight.
Yeah, no, he was skating well. And he had moments in yesterday's game where he was really, really good as well. Not as dangerous as I would have liked him to be because he didn't want to shoot the puck last night. I saw flashes of that today, but what he did do is he went to the interior of the ice. He gets rewarded by stopping at the net on that play by Taser, but he was impactful tonight. And you know, if I looked at his game as a whole last night, he was committed on the defensive side, and he played hard for us yesterday too.
Megan, then Ryan.
You talked about offensive contributions for Devon Taves maybe needed to come into his game a little bit more. He gets a goal, and it's really effective on the breakout on those early goals. Is this truer to his form?
Yes. I mean, it's, you know, like we were zipping the puck pretty good today, and like I thought all of our D really helped us on our breakouts and got us moving through the neutral zone. Like Montreal plays with really good pace, and we had a little bit of a tough time in the first period staying with their speed coming through the neutral zone, and they created some rush chances. I thought we did a better job of sort of jamming them up later on, but that has to be part of our game as well, and it can't just be Kale. It has to be all of our guys, and they're bought into that, but I just felt like you know, in the recent past, that Taser had another step to take to get involved, and then you see how effective he was tonight. He was getting that, you know, pass on the weak side of the ice on the breakouts and joining through the neutral zone and making things happen right from the drop of the puck, and what did he end up with, 1-1? Yeah, so it was a good job by him, and like to see it continue.
Go ahead, Ryan.
You said that you've wanted to see Marty shoot more, but in other instances, we've seen Marty put the team on his back and make some great plays. Do you prefer him to be more of the shooter or more of the playmaker? Which one?
Well, it's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
Like if he's seeing guys open and he can make the play and they can shoot it, great. But when I just find that there's Marty, he's such an elusive skater that he can kind of take whatever ice is given to him, and he gets into the interior of the ice sometimes with his skating, and we've got good traffic at the net, and sometimes I don't think you need to look for much more than put it there, and because I think he can score from distance. He's got a great shot. He can place it where he wants it, and if you have any type of screen in traffic, sometimes the best play is just deliver it to the net, you know. So I think it has to be a balance for him. I want him to continue to be you know, creative. I want him to continue to use his skill and his instincts, but I want to kind of try and change him a little bit, that when he does use all that and he gets into the interior of the ice and into areas where I think he can score, then I want him to shoot it.
Calling then Jesse.
Brock Nelson's had some great games, obviously, this being one of his top ones, 4 points. What can you say about him and that line playing tonight?
Yeah, they're coming together. I've liked a lot of their games here recently, and tonight they kind of set the tone for us. They were our best line, and you know, Mac was under the weather and not feeling great for the entire game, and he did a nice job battling through it, and Marty was obviously good with Lecky, but that line was dangerous right away, off the rush, in zone play, and doing a great job on the checking side of it too. So they got us going in the right direction for sure tonight. It's good to see some go in for Brock too, and some of the chances he's getting. He's been consistently, you know, building chances, but I think it's, you know, you want to see your guys get rewarded for that. I know that he went through some frustration early in the year, but now things are starting to go in for him, so it's a good sign.
Last two, Jesse and Evan.
Mackenzie told us that he's feeling a lot better, finding the puck better, you know, moving well on his edge as well. 7-2, you know, maybe doesn't feel like you guys needed a great goalie performance. He came up with a couple big saves early in the game. Just your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I thought he was great tonight. Yeah, early penalty kills, couple really dangerous looks from them. I mean, that kind of keeps the game where we want it to be and gives us a chance to build the lead. And you know, again, I thought we did a nice job on the checking side, but for sure, you always need a handful of big saves on any given night, and he provided those for us tonight.
Evan.
I know you don't, it's early to look at the standings and you're only competing against yourself, but second best team in the league's behind you in the division. Third best, you saw Minnesota yesterday, they're red hot. Like,
Yeah.
is it, under normal circumstances, you guys would have created a gap now, but it's not keeping that way. So is it good to maybe have these teams behind you that can force you to maybe not get complacent maybe at this time?
I think we're looking at that every day, like, you know, especially when you get on a little bit of a streak, you're in Team C, you know, like I touched on, I think you're going to get, you know, every team's best night and best game, so it's motivation enough for us and what we're trying to accomplish. I don't think we need that. I'd love to have a lot more breathing room, but we don't. So our division is good. I mean, we've said it for years. This is a difficult division. There's a lot of powerful teams in this division, and we just want to keep building our game and, again, like you said, competing with ourselves.
Okay, thanks, Jared.
Thanks.